PowerPoint up and all righty. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm excited about you joining us tonight. My name is Fred Duff. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and I'm excited because I get to introduce my co-partner tonight, who's going to do an amazing overview of the company. And then we got a very, very special guest tonight, and I think you're going to appreciate everything he has to say, and you're going to marvel at what he's done by regaining his life back. That's what I call it. He has figured it out that let's be real. Without health, you don't have any wealth. And he is working on that. And I'm telling you, he's an amazing gentleman. Before we get too far and into that, I want to introduce my co-host tonight. I'm sure she's ready to get after it. We've got Ashley Rowland all the way from Florida herself. And she was here just a few weeks ago in Virginia freezing. And I'm glad she thawed out because she's ready for tonight. And with that being said, she's going to rock the world tonight. Listen, her and her husband love having fun. They're expanding their business, an international business all over the planet. And here's what's more important about them. They love, like I said, love having fun, but more importantly, Ashley and her husband Todd love helping people. So I look forward to being helped tonight, and sit back, take good notes, and get ready, ladies and gentlemen. All you, Ashley.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, everyone, for coming in tonight. And those that are guests, just relax what you're about to see. Just know that, we all sat in your shoes, and what you're about to see, you're going to have two things that you can choose from. You can choose one, you can choose both. From a health standpoint and or a financial standpoint. My husband and I saw what you're about to see going right through life, just like you are. I had my dream job of being a stay-at-home mom, and my husband had his dream job of being a high school football coach. So although we had our dream job, it was not giving us our dream life. So we got started very part-time, and over a part-time basis, it walked us into a full-time income. And so this is all that we've done now. So I can just tell you that what you're about to see is real from the product side and to the financial side. So the name of the company is Partner.co. We are global. We're in over 50 countries around the world. But more importantly, we're partnered with doctors from all around the world. That's what makes us really unique and different from any other company out there. So our products are doctor created, but backed by science. So we have over 100 products, anything from clean energy drinks to liquid superfoods, nutritional supplements, balancing hormones and weight loss, athletic performance, you name it, we've got it. We just sit right in the middle of 7 different multi-billion-dollar industries out there. If you just stop and think for 1 second, like me, I was already buying 1, 2, or 3 products in any one of these different industries. The problem was, here I am getting them from either Whole Foods or the health food store or Amazon, or Instagram ads or Facebook ads, whatever. I was getting these products because I was searching for something, but I wasn't getting any results from these products. Now I just kind of redirect my spending through myself, get high quality products that give us real results. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is getting real results. So although we have over 100 products, we're just going to talk about this one. It's called Slenderize, or what you may know it as is the Skinny Drops. These drops were actually created by 2 doctors out in California. They were created to balance hormones. So what they did is ran a clinical study. 9,000 patients went through this clinical study. Yes, men too. So men and women went through this clinical study. And at the end of the study, what they found as a side effect that everybody had across the board was weight loss. So to actually have a positive side effect to a product out there is basically unheard of. So it's real easy. It's 2 bottles that come in a box. The first bottle is Slenderex. It's a clear liquid made up of over 10 different plant leaf extracts. You're going to put it underneath your tongue 3 times a day. And what it's going to do is help balance your thyroid, balance your pancreas, and it's going to help detox your body. The second bottle is Accelerate, and you're going to put it underneath your tongue twice a day. It's going to help increase your energy, increase your metabolism, boost your mood, but also stabilize out those cortisol levels as we get bombarded like we do all day long with stress. I like to tell you, we are not a diet. We're not a fad. We're not a weight loss. We're not putting you in a one size fits all kind of box or anything like that. We're not going to starve you. You're not having to weigh your food, count calories. We give you an approved food list. So when you get hungry, just eat from the approved food list and then take the drops. The drops only work if they get in your bottle. They do not work, getting put in your body. They do not work sitting in the bottle. That's the most important thing. It's just to take the drops and then eat from the approved food list. So at the end of the day, though, is having real results with real people. So this guy that I'm going to bring up, his name is Randy. And I'm going to tell you, it's not fair, but men do lose weight faster than women. And so he has actually kind of raised the bar on this, I'm going to say. Randy, are you there? Are you here with us?
I am.
I want you to just kind of share your story here with us. And you're so important that your pictures are just life-changing for somebody to see. You've actually got 2 slides.
Yeah, I started, I've tried everything. Tried to package meals, Weight Watchers, Ozempic shots. I've tried it all. And they all you have a little bit of success, but for me, I starved to death all the time. And so it wasn't something that I could do long term, and just really didn't help. And be honest, it's like I gave up hope because I just couldn't. The more I gained, the older I got, the more I gained, and I just couldn't lose the weight. And so I reached out to Todd because I've known of you and him for a long time, but I watched the company for years, and then I finally said, "Oh, I've had enough," and I reached out to him. And right before our anniversary dinner, the first pictures were mine and my wife's 25th wedding anniversary pictures, and the suit that I had on, I couldn't hardly wear. Sure couldn't button it up. And I wore that suit Sunday for church, and I couldn't hardly keep my pants up because I've dropped 14 inches in my waist since October the 31st.
Wow. And it's not like, I mean, you're outside, you're a landscaper, so you're outside working. So it's not like you're sitting behind a desk all day, right?
Correct. I own a landscape business.
And I just want to make sure you're not starving yourself.
I am not. I eat when I'm hungry.
And like, what does your day look like on your meals?
I do a meal replacement shake for breakfast. Lunch, I'll eat lean meat, vegetables. Supper, I don't do a lot of snacks. If I do, I'll eat an apple with some almond butter or something. For dinner tonight, we had sauteed shrimp with squash and zucchini and sauteed green beans.
That all sounds delicious, I was just going to say. But wow, see, I mean, you're just taking the drops and you're eating from the approved food list. I love that. And congratulations, by the way. I mean, to be able to do and achieve what you've done so far, we're your biggest cheerleader. So congratulations. We're so excited.
Thank you.
And so that's what matters, right? It's just real people that have real lives out here, like all of us, having real results. And this is somebody that, this is Philip that is with Randy in his team. I mean, 20 pounds down in 1 month. Here's another one. Just the transformations you can see, just, all ages, all body types, you can see their transformations that they're having. A mother of 6, very, very busy. She's back down to her weight that she was before she had her first child. Brittany, who's got PCOS, who, like Randy, been on everything, had no hope, had given up. And when we met her, she was like, I'll take the drops, but they're not going to work for me. Like, why would they think that something like this would work for them? But we know the difference, right? And so she's actually started taking the drops, and 3 days in, she had something that happened with her body that had never happened in 15 years that wasn't doctor induced. And so here she's down. Actually, it's almost like 90, 95 pounds now. I need to update And she needs to give me some updated pictures actually. And so I don't want us to get caught up also too with the number on the scale, because there's so many more wins here than just the number on the scale. From just having more energy, and I mean good, clean energy that's not caffeine induced energy, to having a better mood. So this is Jordan. She's a mother of 3. She's a nurse. She's a wife. She'll tell you that her biggest wins are from her mood is so much better. Like she'll tell you, feels like her brain's been healed from the inside out. And she'll tell you that it's like her kids have got the mother they deserve, but more importantly, like her husband got the wife that he married. She feels like her old self. And that to me is, there's so many more wins, like I said. So you can just see again, couples, ages, all body types, better mood, no more hot flashes, no more night sweats. That you can just see that everybody's that's having their transformations that are, Dr. Crystal's got an autoimmune, and what she'll tell you that she now weighs less than the amount of weight she lost. And I'll just kind of let that sink in. And most important thing is that's over like 2.5 to 3 years ago. So she's been able to maintain her weight and keep losing. So again, that's a lot to, that says a lot in my book, because you're not just losing the weight and then rebounding. This is a complete lifestyle change. And then we got Miss Kim, who, can't exercise. So like Randy, like a lot of Brittany that, had been on it all, tried it all, and had lost hope and didn't think anything else would work for her. Her daughter brought home a box of drops. And I guarantee you, if it had been anybody else, she probably would not have tried them. But because it was her daughter, she did try them. And 2 weeks in, she lost 12 pounds, and over 8.5 months, she lost 92. And that was over 4.5 years ago. And that's the most important thing. She's been able to maintain and keep her weight loss down. But this is her journey, just like this is Randy's journey. We just kind of meet you wherever you are, and we just get to be a part of that journey with you. So we talked about one product out of 100 that we have. Now I'm just going to switch gears just for a second and talk business side. And this is so easy. For $29.95 one time, that gets you your global virtual franchise, if that's something that you wish to have as a business side. Or if you just want to have a membership and just get the products at a discount, you can do that too. When you pay that fee, you get a website, you get a back office. It keeps track of your customers, your orders. Most importantly, it keeps track of your paychecks if you want to stay here and just grow a business. Then you get an app, and you can run everything right from your phone. And this is the easiest way to start. It's a 4-pack of drops. You sell 3, you get yours for free. And when you sell those 3, not only do you get your box for free, but you also covers the cost of your $29.95. So you basically got either a free membership or a free business, however you want to look at it. But I'm just going to kind of stop and pause 1 second, because when I hear the word sell, I immediately do this, because I can't sell anything. Never have, never could. It's not in my personality, my DNA. But I can share. I can share my journey, because I know I have 3 or 4 girlfriends. We all have the same conversations with each other that day. We are exhausted. We wake up tired, right? We have the brain fog. Where are these hot flashes coming from? Where's this weight around my belly coming from, and my waist and my hips? Like, age is hard, right? We all have those conversations. So I just called 3 or 4 of my girlfriends and say, hey, let's go do this journey together. And when you do that, that's where buy the 4-pack, because now you just turn around and you sell it out of your hand, because of the Venmo, the Cash App world that happens, that transaction based is so easy now. But I can tell you, you can share by word of mouth, or you can share by social media, whichever one you choose and you feel more comfortable with. If social media is your choice, we have the most successful system that I have seen that is just right at 100% success rate. I've never seen anything like it. It's called an app that you'll download. It's called Boards. when you get that downloaded, we'll send you a link. It'll upload right into that app for you. And it has everything there you need to be successful in launching your business. And you do not have to do that by yourself. We will do that and help you along the way. And that immediately sets your business up for success right out the gate. So now we're taking our drops and we're turning them into profits. And this is those retail sales that start coming into your house and make a difference into your house tomorrow, next week, that kind of income that comes in. But I can assure you, we are so much more than just selling a box of drop. We actually were voted the #1 compensation plan in the industry. You do not have to take my word for it. You can look that up in the Better Homes Business Magazine. So we were actually paid here 9 different ways, not one way, not 2 way, not 3 ways, but 9 different ways. And I think that's pretty cool because I've never been paid 9 different ways before. I mean, Fred, have you?
Listen, I was a bricklayer for the most of my young life, trying to raise kids, and we used to get paid on Friday, and we prayed that we even got paid, and then we prayed that the check would clear, much less 9 different ways. It's amazing. I love it.
Right. So we've only talked about retail profits. There's 8 other ways here to get paid, to release, to unlock that weekly paycheck. You must have a subscribe and save. And what is that? It's 100 points worth of product or $150, whichever one comes first. That unlocks that paycheck, but it also unlocks that 30% discount with all 100 products that you have access to. And listen, there's no contract here, and it can be changed up every month if you so choose. You could get that product and turn around and retail it if that's something that you choose to do. Or you could turn around and it's something that you want to consume. In our household, we have way more than $150 worth of product. So there's also too, one of my favorite ways that we get paid is our savings bonus program, because we're not about putting you in debt with a car. We're about getting you out of debt. And so when you hit a certain amount in one of our areas that you get paid in, the company sets aside what we call free money into an account with your name on it. When it hits $10,000, they call you up, congratulate you, because this is a big deal, right? And then they deposit it in Friday's paycheck. Then after that, instead of getting paid here 4 times a month, you get a 5th check, and that's your savings bonus check. And that goes up to $2,000 a month. And that can be your car note. It can be your house note. It can be, retirement, vacation, whatever that is. This is the beauty of it. You get to decide for yourself, not somebody deciding for you. So besides having a savings, getting paid here 9 ways, having a savings bonus program, now we have free trips that you can win. One that we take every year, it's 2 a year. One is always going to be the same, and that's Tahiti. And then this year it is the Bahamas. Next year it'll be another destination place. So we get to make some income, get healthy, and also have free trips. But this right here is what it's really about, is people, everyday people just like you and I, changing their lives from a health standpoint and to a financial standpoint. So Randy, if you're here, if you don't mind coming, I'm unmuting, and I just want everybody to see what your transformation they've heard on a from your health standpoint. But do you mind sharing like your goals here and what you want to do with the income that you are creating in the business that you are building here?
Yeah. So when I started October 31st, it was all about weight. I had to get rid of some weight. I had to get healthy. When we first moved to Florence 5 years ago or so, we came here to start a church, and we moved here, started a brand new church, didn't know anybody in Florence. And, COVID hit, it got harder and harder, couldn't work as much landscaping, the church, everything was shutting down. And financially, it was such a strain because it was a new church. And so most of the money was being paid out of mine and my wife's pocket. And so not only was I having to pay my household bills, but the church bills too. and it was a struggle. And then my health got bad because of my weight, and started having heart problems and all those, and finally had to step down as pastor in the church because of not just the health, but the financial side of it too. And it was a struggle. And so when I started losing the weight, after 11 days, I think I lost 26 pounds, and I knew I had got a hold of something that was really going to help me. And so I don't remember if it was you or Todd. I think it was you. You said, when are you going to start posting? And so I started posting just 9 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. And before I knew it, I sold like 35 boxes of drops in my first couple of weeks. And just off Facebook. I mean, didn't sell hardly any in town. Just most of it was all off Facebook. I was shipping them around the country. And then all of a sudden that was probably the middle of November that I started really posting. By the end of November, I signed my first 2 brand partners up. And from there, it was just a trickle. I signed a few people up here and there that have been taking the drops. And all of a sudden, the week of Christmas, I think we signed as a team, we signed 13 brand partners up, and 9 of those I personally signed up myself. But the financial side of it have went. Now my why is because not only do I want to help my family financially, even though I own my own landscape business, but it's hit or miss. You could either be feast or famine, and it's always been like that. Being you own your own business, sometimes the employees make more than I do. And so I started working it, and then now we got 58 brand partners in the business. I've averaged about $5,000 a month. Very part-time. I'm starting to work it more now because I see the potential of how this eventually is going to replace what I make, way more than replace what I make landscaping. And I just want to help. I want to help other pastors, because most pastors, 95% of all pastors, they have to work outside the church because the churches aren't able to support them. And, it's hard when you're trying to pastor a church, helping people, praying for people, going to the hospital, and it's hard to help them. And so if they're able to do this on the side and work around their busy schedule with their church and financially be able to support themselves, it's a win-win for them. And, so I love getting all the testimonies of guys that have lost 55 pounds in the last month and a half and doing the drops that were very skeptical. I'm never going to give up drinking Cokes. But after a few days in, I hadn't drunk. He told me the other night he hadn't drunk a Coke in a month and a half, and he went from drinking 5 to 7 a day of Diet Mountain Dews, and now he's not drinking any. And just seeing the health transformation in people's life is unbelievable.
Hey, Randy, may I ask you a question, sir? Would
Yes, sir.
Right? Was there ever a point in time, because I know you have faith or you wouldn't be doing this, but was there ever a time you felt like, man, I'm just going to be big, die young, maybe? Do you ever feel like it was just no hope?
All the time. When I started, I really didn't have any hope. What most people don't talk about for us big guys, or big people, it doesn't matter, man, woman. I was to the point that I was hopeless. It just felt like no matter what I try, I was not going to lose weight. I was not going to see my kids grow up because my health was so bad. Because we don't talk about the emotional side of it. Because the emotional side of it, you're depressed all the time. There's anxiety because everything in life is harder when you're at 400 pounds. It's hard to put your socks and shoes on. It's hard. You can't get pants that are big enough because your thighs are so big. Your belly's so big. You can't get shirts long enough because you can't tuck them in, and everything. It's like a spiral that don't ever stop. The weight just keeps going, and the frustrations and the anxiety and the depression that you don't never tell anybody about. It's real. And you're so depressed that it's like you can't get past it. And so I always binge ate because I would be depressed. So I would just eat more, and it would make me gain more weight because I was just eating all the things I shouldn't be eating. But that was the only thing that made me feel better.
What an amazing story. Let me ask you one more question, if you don't mind. We're up against a timeline, but I think it's worth asking. There's people right now watching this Zoom who feel hopeless uh, because of what they're going through physically. Number two, I think there's a lot of people because of COVID, just like you. I think COVID did two things for this nation, maybe for the world. It let us know how fragile our health is and how fragile our cash flow is. What would you say to folks right now, or they're hanging on by a string of hope, just hoping, and maybe they were on their knees today praying for an opportunity? I mean, how would you encourage them now to give us a real shot?
Just try it, because the thing about it is, if you've tried everything else, you've spent all the money you've spent on everything else, why not one more thing? That there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of testimonials of people just like everyday people like myself, like all the ones that I see losing 10, 20, 30 pounds a month that have given up hope. Just give it one more time, because your family's worth it. It doesn't matter what it costs, it's worth it. And once you try, if you do it and you eat off the approved food list, you're going to lose weight. You're going to feel better.
Mm-hmm. How about, what do you see for the future? I think I heard you say earlier you would hopefully replace your daytime income, work activity. You've only been here a short period of time, and already you're seeing a bigger future. Is that something you would encourage people to give that a real thought to?
Oh, yes. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, if I can make what I've made in the last 2 months working part-time, just a few hours a day, not even that, most time started out a few hours a week. If I can make what I'm making now and start doubling that, making it weekly, then why would I want to do anything else?
And Randy, I want to say this, that, you've tried other things, right? Like, there's so many people that say that's for them, not for me. I've tried those things. They didn't work for me. And you're one of them, right? Like, you can
Right.
say that.
Yep. I've done other marketing businesses. I've done other weight loss programs. I've done it all. And, I kept trying, because I knew there was going to be something out there sooner or later. I was going to hit something, and I was going to be successful. I just don't quit. If I'd have quit, I'd still be 400 pounds, and I'd still be at 49 hating the landscape, because I heard all over and didn't want to do it anymore. But that's how I supported my family for 25 years, and I'd had to keep doing it. Now I've got hope to be able to retire from that and do this full time. And it don't hurt to do this, because I can sit on my couch and do it mostly.
Right. I love that. So, I mean, for anybody out there that's tried other things, we get it. But you know what? This is the real thing, that you can make a difference in somebody's life from a health standpoint and to a financial standpoint. We look forward to partnering with you and helping and being a part of your journey. So get back with the person that invited you, and look forward to joining your partnering up with you.
Thanks, everybody.